everyone, and welcome back to Your Comments Matters. I'm your host, Minister Love. Thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to our show today. Well, our show today, Your Comments, is coming from a YouTube channel called WRIC ABC 8 News. This story is titled Former Warsaw Pastor Sentenced to 8 years, get this, y'all, for child sex crimes. What? Oh my goodness, we got some comments today. They had over 572 views that viewed this when this video aired. I'm sure they got more today. But as you know, Minister Love found some comments that mattered. But before we get to the comments that matters, we're going to watch a short video so you can understand why the people make the comments that they do. Your comment either is going to express two expressions, as you see here on the screen, make you go, make your eyes bulge, or will give you a smile. Take a look at the video, shall we?
Built for your casework, grounded in the record. That's Rev.
Mr. Wharton, anything to say?
A former Warsaw pastor taken into custody this afternoon after learning he will spend 8 years behind bars for sexually abusing children. Now, you will remember we told you Albert Wharton pleaded guilty to 8 sex crimes charges committed during the 80s and 90s while he was a pastor at Victory
This
Baptist
is why they have sex
News
insurance at the
investigator Roland
churches,
Wilson
y'all.
was the
Check out my
only
video.
or a reporter rather, in the Richmond County courtroom as the judge handed down that ruling. She joins us now with more.
A judge told 88-year-old Albert Wharton that he has shown no remorse for his actions before handing down a 55-year sentence. We've learned he will only spend 8 of those years behind bars, but after speaking with the Commonwealth's attorney and the victims in this case, they tell me they are pleased with the outcome. We were there as sheriff's deputies escorted Wharton out of the courthouse in handcuffs. Just moments before, we heard from victims
These are old wolves.
and friends of Wharton. Victims shared the disturbing details of abuse, saying Wharton used his power to take advantage of them, leaving years of mental and emotional scars.
Like Cesar Chavez,
Some gathered
huh?
outside of today's sentencing, holding signs that read, "Wharton is guilty." Wharton's family and friends were also in the courtroom, some sharing who they knew the man to be, a caring, loving man of God.
A caring, loving predator.
Sentence, he asked Wharton if he had anything to say. Wharton shared, quote, "I did not do those things."
Oh,
I'm pleased for the victims. They've spent the last 2 years working through the judicial system, which is a difficult process. So I'm so glad that 4 of the 6 found their voices and were able to speak today.
A little relieved. With the 8 years, I'm glad that it seems that some justice has been served.
Wharton's defense attorney declined to comment. Now, we've followed this story since 2023. For our full coverage, be sure to visit our website. In Warsaw, Roland Wilson, 8 News.
And remember, if you have something you want us to take action and investigate, please reach out. You can do so by emailing our team at news@wric.com.
All right, then, everyone. You heard, you saw the
a man is
video
under arrest.
of what was going on with this pastor, this former Warsaw pastor, where he received a 55-year sentence, but he's only going to serve 8 years for sexually abusing young girls. I'm telling you, this is church news. It may have happened years ago, months ago, but it's still what? Church news. So this former pastor, Alfred Wharton, is 88 years old. So he's going to be 96 when he get out of jail. Okay, if he make it that long. 4 out of the 6 victims shared their story of sexual abuse since 2020. What? Family members said he was a man of God and he himself denied the charges. But at this point, we want to hear what your comments have to say. You saw the video. So let's take a look at that very first comment. It's coming from That Funky Music, says 88 years old and all he can say is he didn't do those things. Something is terribly wrong with him if he's still lying to everyone. You didn't get any likes on that comment, but that sure is a great comment. Why? Because your comment matter. Take a look at the second commenter coming from Dry Bones. All right, now you know you're making me think of Ezekiel. Okay, it says it's not long enough. Whoa, the guy's 88, and he should have got to 55 years, huh? You know he probably would have lived till he was 100. You know, the Bible does say live to 120. You know, that's what Kenneth Copeland want to do. I'm going to live till I'm 120. Well, if this man can make it to 120, God let him be in prison for 120. All right. Take a look at our last comment. Coming from Black is Beautiful. Usual suspect. In other words, you got one thumbs up on that. In other words, pastors, predators, in the pastors, predators, pulpit. I wonder what they got in common. The 3 P's. You know how on that Colonial Penn commercial, what are the 3 P's? Price, price, price. Well, in the church is the pastor, predator, pulpit. Them the 3 P's in the church. That's just Minister Love comment. All right then, everyone. That's gonna do it. Your comments matter. Want to give a shout out again. That funky music, Dry Bones, and Black is Beautiful. Thank you for your comments. It made someone smile or it made someone angry or shocked. All right, then that's going to do it. Want to remind everyone, go over to the Bible Talk Show YouTube channel and become a subscriber. We're doing a great series talking about the what ifs in life. Now, see, what if this old pastor, 88 years old, what if he hadn't sexually abused those kids back in the early 2000s? There, what would have happened to his life? He could have retired as a respectable pastor. Now it's out. Your family know he had to go to court. Now you got to pay the victims because there was evidence. You can deny it all you want. See, what if he had been a shepherd and not a wolf? All right then, everyone. So go over to the Bible Talk Show and check out the what ifs in life, because you will see when you read your Bible, always look for that word if now, and you'll see who had some what if: kings, prophets, prophetess, women, children, everybody had a what if. What is your what if today? All right, then that's going to do it. I will see you on the next video. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing right here to Your Comments Matters to get the church news. I'm Minister Love. See you next video.